Imagine an emergency broadcast network, right? So advanced that it can transmit detailed warnings, coordinate these complex movements, and even verify identities across miles of rugged terrain. And it does all of this completely invisibly.
Right. And the crazy part is, imagine that this entire highly sophisticated communication grid isn't made of fiber optic cables or satellites. It's actually built entirely into the toes of a 6,000 kilogram animal.
It's just wild. Welcome to today's deep dive, everyone. We've got a really fascinating stack of documentary materials and research notes to go through today.
We really do. It completely upends our traditional assumptions about nature, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Our mission for you today is to unpack the hidden life of one of the most complex, fiercely loving, and massive family units on Earth, the elephant herd.
Because we tend to look at sheer physical mass, an adult African elephant tipping the scales at 6 metric tons, and we just assume the survival strategy is pure, brute simplicity.
Yeah, you see an animal heavier than 3 SUVs stacked on top of each other, and you think, okay, the story here is just physical dominance. You're either the biggest thing on the savanna or you get out of the way.
Exactly. But when you look past that immense scale and really step into the world of their social structure, their minds, their family dynamics, that simple picture just absolutely shatters.
It really does. We're going to explore the hidden mechanics of how these giants survive, the biological cost of their intelligence, and how they experience the world in ways that look, frankly, unsettlingly familiar to us.
And to really understand how a family of that size thrives in such an unforgiving environment, you have to throw out the idea of leadership by physical force.
Right. You don't start by looking at their muscles.
Exactly. You have to look at the architecture of their society.
Okay, let's unpack this, because the leadership structure isn't what a lot of people might assume. The herd isn't led by the biggest, most aggressive male, is it?
Not at all. It's led by the matriarch. She is the oldest, most experienced female in the family.
And from the sources, it's clear she isn't acting as some kind of physical enforcer. She's basically acting as an ancestral hard drive. She holds the entire survival map of the savanna in her memory.
What's fascinating here is the sheer evolutionary brilliance of this system. In a highly volatile environment like the African savanna, institutional knowledge is the ultimate currency.
Because the landscape changes so drastically, right?
Exactly. Droughts can last for excruciatingly long periods. The matriarch has lived through the devastating droughts of decades past.
So her brain just holds this massive archive.
Yes. Ancient migratory routes, the hidden locations of deep-water reserves, the boundaries of dangerous territories. The herd's survival is entirely tethered to her ability to recall a specific watering hole she might not have visited for 20 years.
Which is mind-blowing. And what stood out to me in the sources wasn't just what she knows, but how she broadcasts that information.
The communication network.
Yeah. We know they use vocalizations, they use body language, but then there's this entirely different hidden layer. They communicate by sending vibrations through the ground to talk to each other across vast distances.
That's incredible.
Now, I have to push back a little on the physics of this, just to play devil's advocate. How does a physical rumble through the dirt translate into actual decipherable communication? Dropping a heavyweight makes a thud, but it doesn't send a text message.
Right, that's a great point. But it's so much more than just a thud. What we're really talking about is the generation of infrasound.
Infrasound, like frequencies we can't hear.
Precisely. Vocalizations pitched so low, generally between 10 and 15 hertz, that human ears can't even detect them. When an elephant produces these deep rumbles, the sound waves are so powerful that they couple with the earth.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, they create what are called Rayleigh waves, and these waves travel right along the ground surface.
So they are literally vibrating the dirt. But how do the other elephants actually hear it? Do they just feel their feet shaking?
It's way more advanced than that. They listen through an incredibly specialized biological seismograph. Elephants have densely packed mechanoreceptors in